Roman Reigns snaps and attacks Paul Heyman on WWE RAW. The Bloodline explodes. The WWE Universe was left in complete shock on Monday Night Raw. An image that no one thought they'd ever see. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, turning on the man who had guided his reign, protected his legacy, and served his empire for nearly 4 years. Paul Heyman. Yes, on WWE RAW, Roman Reigns attacked Paul Heyman in one of the most jaw-dropping segments in recent WWE history. But what caused this betrayal? Why did Roman Reigns snap? And what does this mean for the future of the Bloodline? In this video, we'll walk you through the emotional build-up, the shocking assault, the aftermath, and what this betrayal truly means for Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and the entire WWE Universe. The tension builds. Ever since Roman Reigns lost the undisputed WWE Universal Championship to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, cracks in the Bloodline began to show. Roman had vanished from WWE television for weeks, leaving Solo Sikoa to act as the interim enforcer of the faction. Paul Heyman, meanwhile, remained quiet, appearing sporadically, visibly stressed, and increasingly nervous whenever questioned about Roman's absence. When Roman finally returned on SmackDown, fans expected answers. Instead, they got silence, cold stares, and a message that Roman was not finished. He was here to rebuild the Bloodline, reassert his dominance, and take back what was his. But something was different. The trust was gone. The Bloodline didn't feel like a family anymore. It felt like a collapsing empire. And at the center of that collapse stood Paul Heyman, the wise man who had promised to guide the head of the table through every storm. But maybe this time, Heyman failed. Roman returns to Raw. On the May 5th edition of Monday Night Raw, WWE promoted a rare appearance from Roman Reigns. The tribal chief, usually exclusive to SmackDown, would be appearing on Raw to address not just the WWE Universe, but Paul Heyman specifically. Speculation was rampant. Some believed Roman would thank Heyman for his loyalty. Others thought this could be the beginning of a complete Bloodline rebuild with new members, potentially even Braun Breaker or Jacob Fatu. But when the segment began, everything felt off. Heyman was already in the ring, pacing, holding a mic with trembling hands. He began to speak. "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the wise man to the greatest champion this industry has ever seen." The crowd was divided. Boos and cheers rained down. Heyman looked like he hadn't slept in days. He continued, "And tonight, I have been summoned. Summoned by a man I swore to serve until the end." Then, Roman's music hit. The arena erupted. Out came Roman Reigns, black hoodie, jeans, no title on his shoulder, just raw, silent power. He circled the ring, entered, stared at Heyman, and for over 30 seconds, he said nothing. Then, finally, he grabbed a mic. Roman's emotional speech. Roman Reigns stood in the center of the ring, mic to his mouth, eyes locked on Paul Heyman. "Look at me." Heyman raised his eyes. Roman continued, "For years, you stood beside me. You guided me. You called me tribal chief before anyone else did." The crowd listened in silence. "But where were you when I fell?" Heyman's face dropped. "Roman, you were there in the locker room when Cody pinned me. You were there when Solo disappeared. You were there when Jimmy vanished. And what did you do?" Paul tried to respond. I tried, my tribal chief." Roman tried. He exploded with rage. "You tried? You're the wise man. You were supposed to see it coming. You were supposed to have a plan." Heyman stepped back. Roman dropped the mic and stared at him for a long, agonizing moment, then said, "You failed me." That was the turning point. Heyman began to weep. "I never wanted this, Roman. I've always protected you, even when you didn't know it. I kept the wolves away. I held this bloodline together with my own hands." Roman stepped forward. "You protected me?" Heyman, Yes. Roman whispered. "Then why does it feel like you let me fall?" The attack. The moment felt frozen in time. The crowd was murmuring, uneasy. Paul Heyman dropped his mic, hands raised in submission. "I'm sorry, my tribal chief. I'm sorry." Roman's face twitched. Then, spear. Out of nowhere, Roman Reigns speared Paul Heyman to the mat. The crowd erupted in shock. Corey Graves screamed, "OH my God." Roman Reigns just speared Paul Heyman. Heyman writhed on the canvas, shocked, holding his ribs. But Roman wasn't done. He exited the ring, pulled out a steel chair. Back inside, he raised it high. Crack. One shot to the back. Crack. Another to the spine. Security ran to ringside, but no one dared step inside. Roman screamed, "You were supposed to be loyal." Crack. "You were supposed to be my wise man." Crack. Heyman was nearly unconscious. Finally, Roman dropped the chair. He knelt beside Paul Heyman. "You're not my wise man anymore." Then stood and left. The camera zoomed in on Heyman's broken body as medics rushed to the ring. The fallout. WWE immediately cut to commercial. Social media blew up. Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit were flooded with reactions. Hashtag Heyman was trending #1 worldwide. WWE posted the segment with the caption, "The end of an era?" When Raw returned, commentary was silent for nearly a minute. Graves finally spoke. I don't know what we just witnessed. Roman Reigns just destroyed the man who built his kingdom." Medics were shown wheeling Paul Heyman out on a stretcher. No words, just silence. Backstage, Roman Reigns stormed through the hallway, breathing heavily. Cameramen kept their distance. He passed Jey Uso, who stared in disbelief. Roman paused, looked at Jey, then walked away. Superstar reactions. Within minutes, WWE superstars began reacting on social media. Cody Rhodes posted, "I warned you about the empire falling from within." Sami Zayn tweeted, "Paul Heyman didn't deserve that." Solo Sikoa, curiously, posted nothing. No comments. No statements. Only a black square on Instagram. Jimmy Uso, last seen being attacked by Solo weeks ago, posted a story of a broken chessboard, pieces scattered. Even Brock Lesnar's account liked a post showing Roman attacking Heyman. Fans speculated, could Heyman now align with Cody? With Brock? Or is this the end of his career? The history of Roman and Heyman. To understand how monumental this betrayal was, we have to remember the history between these two men. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman came together in 2020, an unlikely alliance born out of desperation and genius. Roman had just returned, darker, meaner, sharper, and Heyman? Exiled after Brock Lesnar vanished. Together, they forged one of the most dominant eras in WWE history. Heyman stood by Roman through wars with Jey, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and even Brock Lesnar himself. He manipulated contracts, avoided suspensions, and even took beatings to protect Roman's reign. This wasn't just a manager-client relationship. This was a dynasty. Thanks for watching. If you're as stunned by Roman's betrayal as we are, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because this storyline is only getting more insane from here. Comment below and tell us, did Roman Reigns make a mistake? Or did Paul Heyman deserve it? And who should Paul Heyman align with next, if he ever returns? Until next time, believe that.